How was Buds as an O?
It was, there's several O's going through. I think we had, I want to say 8. So, and I was maybe the most junior one there. So, you're getting scrutiny as an O, but I wasn't up like the class OIC he's getting a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
And certainly, I mean, the main things you're focusing on is just surviving the physical challenges that are happening every day.
And head counts.
Yeah, head counts. I mean, there's some real basic stuff you got to figure out. And you're running your boat crew. You've got a collateral, and you're definitely getting the spotlight, on you at various times. And the thing that I've said this before, that I think the thing that helps you get through Buds is like not thinking about yourself. And so if you're in a leadership position, and so you are worried, you're like, hey, how's my boat crew going to perform? Whatever it is, we're doing the rock portage, we're doing boats on our boats that carry, the boat carry on our heads, and just that shift in thinking, I think, really helps, because otherwise, you get in that self-pity spiral if you're thinking about yourself, and that doesn't go well.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy seeing students in that cycle, and then I would try to just really help them and assist them deeper.
Yes.
It's shocking to me the number of people. It's, somebody, they made me quit. I'm like, I want you to sit with that for a second, and let's really determine who made the decision to quit.
For sure.
Because I've never seen an instructor grab a student's hand and put it on the bell.
Yeah.
Probably because we're not allowed to. But,
For sure.
Nobody makes you quit.
No.
You make the choice. Somebody can drive you to a place where you make that decision, but that's a tough conversation to have with people, because they'll get into those spirals. And it's amazing to see this minigun of excuses just, and it all terminates in ringing the bell 3 times and somebody else's fault. It's like, that's unfortunately not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that I, again, love about the community and Buds is there's zero self-pity that is allowed, or and you as an instructor, the time when you start to see it, because we want that rooted out. I mean, you just don't want that in the community at all, and you attack it. So as a student, you don't want to show it, even if maybe your mind might be there.
Sometimes you got to let the students work it out.
Yeah,
like on a Hell Week shift, maybe just let them go do a little bit of a paddle, and they do an oar fight first, and somebody comes in a little battered and bruised and heads towards the bell. There's things you can do as an instructor,
for sure,
and there's things you can hand back over to the class.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wolf pack, and the wolf pack will call out the guys who aren't pulling their weight, and running with the boat on your head or the paddling, those are excellent ways to do that. I mean, we would do that in our boat crew, like
sitting into the side as an instructor and watching the class, because as an instructor, you'd see, especially in Hell Week, because Hell Week is about 5 days long. It's a 24-hour evolution, and so all of the phases have to augment because there's just not enough first phase staff. So I didn't know any of the fucking students, right? It's hundreds of kids, largely. Mm-hmm. So there's no way for me to identify who is really a top performer versus who the class doesn't like. But if you were to sit back and watch, you could find these little nucleus of boat crews doing the job that needed to be done for the instructor staff and the curriculum. The number of students that I watched quit because they were under a boat and they are running, and everybody in their boat crew is like, fuck you, Bob. Like, you need to quit. And I've watched boat crews push people
It's brutal.
push people out from under the boat, and then the dude's just like, they start like really enthusiastically chasing the boat, and then they slow down, and then they walk, and then the truck pulls up with the bell.
It's brutal. We did that on Wednesday night. It was the middle of the night, and we were on west side of the base there, just doing like base tour, I think.
Yeah.
And so boats on head, you're running from place to place. It's a race. Everything's a race.
It's not the tour you guys think it is. It's not postcards. it's like you said, the middle of the fucking night.
The irony of that statement.
Oh, totally. That is what they call it.
Slept in 3.5, 4 days at this point, and yeah, we had a guy just. I think he was hurt to some degree, but just absolutely couldn't stay with us. And it was kind of like, hey, are we going to like keep running at this pace? And I'm like, no, we're not going to keep running at this pace. And I don't want to this is a good guy. I ended up making it later, but I don't want that to be the focus. But we took off, and now so we normally have 6 guys in your boat crew. That's like the standard, and sometimes you get more or less. But now we had 5, and all of a sudden, we're winning like big time, and it was awesome because like we got to the next station, and the instructor Cotter's like, how did you guys get here so fast? And they're like, hey, guess what? On the next one, you guys don't have to carry the boat. You can just run. And we're like, oh, man. So guess what? And Bud's reinforces this too. It's like it pays to be a winner.
Every time.
Every time. Because then, hey, your life gets easier. That's true in life.
Yeah.
You crush things, you prepare, and your life gets easier. You don't prepare, life gets harder.
Yeah.
You don't do a great job, everything gets harder. So